Hey guys, Boy here, and this is things I've learned with EG.S4 Sand King in 720. This hero came back strong in this patch, from completely forgotten about to the 4th highest win rate in 6k plus games. Sand King is another hero that got a rework, so we will see in lane how does that benefit the hero. Sandstorm is now a great skill because you can use your stun inside it, attack inside it without breaking the invis. In the old patch, Sandstorm was quite a boring skill where you didn't have much to do but stay there, but now there's a lot of nuance in how you can use it. For instance, look at this play right here. Dazzle is chasing S4 to keep proccing the poison touch, and thanks to the new change, not only he can avoid the attacks, but he stuns after the Sandstorm, doing a lot of damage. This means that the stun duration sets up for more damage, and note that he gets level 2 Sandstorm at level 3. The stun lasts for about 2 seconds, which means that you actually get more DPS by learning Sandstorm, since 1 extra point gives you almost the same damage from Burrow Strike, but the lower cooldown of the skill is definitely worth more in lane, especially when you also have the disable from the Rubik to deal even more damage inside it. In fact, they even get the kill thanks to the lift being available too. The Sandstorm change might seem minor, but it slowly adds up to all the little things you can do with it. For instance, Jugger wants to farm here. He is full HP, and thanks to the Sandstorm change, not only he gets the range CS while harassing Jugger, he can right click during the Sandstorm and the lift duration. He can also body block Jugger inside of it, and I mean, Caustic is a fine skill, but it takes way too long to proc this low in a lone target, and it's also very easy to dodge the damage if you're a Juggernaut. Since you can time Sandstorm and the Burrow Strike, your burst damage increases way more in the early game than if you were playing with Caustic. Sandstorm also allows you to push waves way faster at level 4 than with level 2 Caustic. Not only you're dealing damage way faster, you also dissuade the enemy from going close to you, as 4 even glyphs the wave here so that the catapult keeps dealing damage to the tower. Pretty decent pressure. One thing to mention is the new Tranquil boots. It does give a lot of move speed and you can attack without breaking the HP regen and the move speed bonus, but there's one thing to talk about. S4, when he receives the Windlace, locks his boots so that it doesn't become Tranquil boots. And there's a couple of reasons for it. First of all, you get 0 HP regen when the Tranquil breaks, unlike the old Tranquils. Actually, I could be wrong. I tried to look it up, but all the changelogs are weird because Gamepedia, I think, is not really doing a good job anymore. But I think with the old Tranquils, you would still get the HP regen that the ring will give you. You also have more move speed with the naked Windlace plus boots than with the broken Tranquil. So upgrading the item, even in a lane scenario, is not a straight up easy decision to upgrade it. In a lane where you can live or die depending on the Juggernaut chasing you down, having some extra move speed might be quite useful since he can always break your Tranquils easily in lane and then commit the spin. In fact, the extra move speed almost allows him to disengage here. You can see how everyone couldn't chase, but thanks to a haste rune, Lamp can run S4 down. Note that even though S4 learns level 2 Sandstorm at level 3, he gets the stun at level 5. The extra range as the laning stage breaks is awesome to have, but note that he learns Sandstorm at level 6 instead of the Epicenter. There's a lot of reasons for it because of the channel time of Epicenter. Jugger can more often than not dodge the entire damage unless you're setting up from a tree, but you don't have your level 4 Burrow Strike, so it's pretty hard to do it. So it's hard for S4 to get solo kills in his lane, and thanks to the lower cooldown of Sandstorm, you can farm your Blink Dagger insanely fast. Note how he tries to make the best of his mana by dragging the creep away towards the large camp, while also snatching a bounty room. That's pretty efficient. Since he pushes the lane super hard, Jugger tries to set up for a kill, but thanks to Mason's carry bounty hunter being around, look how they find this kill. If he had Epicenter here, not only all the damage would be mitigated by the spin anyways, he would have less damage during the stun duration. They get the Jugger kill and they can push the wave mega fast thanks to Sandstorm. This is an awesome play. SK tries to follow up to his team, Rubik steals the toss, and as he gets thrown, he has the foresight to get the 2-man Burrow Strike. In a fight where he's not going for the Jugger, the ult has a lot of potential, so he learns it here, but unfortunately there was no follow-up and he's forced away. Note that this is 12 minutes in. S4 already died 2 times, and yet he already has a Blink Dagger. The new Sandstorm is super good for farming, and this is one of the reasons this hero is back. Once Blink Dagger is up, you actually have better ways to kill the Jugger with Epicenter. As long as you get the Burrow Strike reach, as we talked about, for the stun or a blink, you can burst him pretty easily. S4 cuts a tree to be as close as possible from the wave. He clicks on the Jugger, and if you try and test how much DPS you have with your Epicenter at this level, you will get around 1000 after reductions during the stun duration. And a lot of it comes from the fact that you can attack during the Sandstorm, doing way more damage than before. Jugger here has 800 HP, making it pretty easy for S4 and the Lich to get this kill. Another underrated benefit of the new Sandstorm is the difference in how fast you can push waves. Before this patch, if you wanted to push a wave as fast as possible, you would attack into Burrow Strike to take it. You can still do the same thing, but with Sandstorm, you're spending a fraction of the mana while pushing at almost the same speed with the protection of invisibility. Another underrated benefit of the new Sandstorm is being able to stun people without them having any idea where you're turning. As S4 disengages here, it wouldn't be hard for Jugger to actually see the SK turning and then spin to dodge the damage and maybe even get a kill. But he can't during Sandstorm, meaning he loses half his HP while also forcing a lot of rotations from the Dire. The amount of benefits is insane actually. After a couple of seconds, Carl engages on Jugger again, and while they have thus prepared from the fog to catch him, since he can walk during the Sandstorm without losing invisibility, the Blade Fury doesn't connect, allowing him to blank out. S4 goes for this fight as the Death Prophet chases his allies, and note how he abuses the fact that Burrow Strike has an instant cast point and Grave doesn't. He had a lot of time to Burrow Strike here, but he doesn't, because he wanted to wait the Dazzle attempting the spell, because maybe he doesn't have it, meaning that he can use the Burrow Strike on someone else. He gets silence here, and since he held onto it, and Dazzle didn't have Grave, DP takes a lot of damage from him, and they get her eventually as well. Another benefit of being able to attack during Sandstorm is that the creeps aggro onto you, meaning that if you're forming a camp, they will die faster since a lot of the times they just stay outside of the Sandstorm, walking around randomly, and you lose time. In this game, S4 had a bigger GPM than the Tinker, just showcasing how this hero can get his timing super fast with the new change. This fight here is to showcase the benefits of the Bracer. Since everyone is going for 3 Wraith Bands, a bunch of Bracers, and no Talismans, they will be tankier in comparison to you if you don't go for items like this. Having a free slot in this meta, if you're a core, is a pretty big disadvantage because someone else is going to be stronger just because they are utilizing all of their slots. Bracer gives 200 HP for strength heroes and the magic resistance, meaning that S4 has a lot of extra effective HP because of it, allowing him to not only withstand the damage from the Dire, it allows Radiant to kill both the Axe and the DP. Sand King is a great hero because unlike heroes like Magnus, Tide, and Enigma, he can create engagements with almost no downtime. Epicenter is not really what makes this hero great. The instant cast point Burrow Strike is. Thanks to it, and since the entirety of Dire is diving the Tinker bottom, they can easily get the Jugger here without committing the ult. In terms of items that you go for Sand King, I think he's still the same hero. There's not a lot of changes. You rely a lot on move speed to get your spells off. Mana Regen is awesome to have, although you do need less thanks to the changes of Sandstorm and being able to clear waves without spending so much mana. In terms of talents, level 10 can definitely go both ways. If you're against too much burst damage, the HP talent is awesome, but I think at level 15 the Sandstorm DPS is way better than before. The Epicenter attack speed slow used to go through BKB, meaning that the talent was amazing against some heroes. Not the case in this game, and I think most games, to be fair. The Sandstorm DPS talent makes Veil even better, so that's probably why he goes for it. And look how most of the fights unfold. S4 makes sure to align for the 2-man Burrow Strike here, just doing so much damage. This game is definitely worth watching, and I will leave the replay ID if you want to watch more of S4. I don't think there's much else to talk about, so hopefully the video was useful for you to understand why this hero is back. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. As I already talked yesterday, I'm casting 3 hours a day, and I will be casting Liquid vs Secret tomorrow, so make sure to drop by the stream if you're interested. I also have a Patreon where you can get your replays cast by me, and it helps me a lot because I'm coaching a team for free, which is using a lot of my time, and I'm also casting without getting paid. So if you're interested, make sure to check my Patreon. My life is a mess, but hopefully, all the effort is going to be worthwhile in the future. I do have a Twitter where I talk Dota and memes. I have a stream where I cast and play Dota, and you can look in the description for the Instagram and my Discord channel. Thank you all for being here. Bye, guys.